Shield practice.
Shield practice? Gurney, we had practice this morning. I'm not in the mood.
Not in the mood. Mood's a thing for cattle and love play, not fighting.
I'm sorry, Gurney.
Not sorry enough.
So, I was thinking to myself, I finished Dune. I'm still technically reading it because I'm reading like the terminology of the Imperium, and then there's the, oh my god, that's like 20 pages, and then there's the cartography notes and the little map, and then the afterword, which I will probably not read. I usually don't read the afterwards. I usually don't care. This is about the author that much. Not on the first book of theirs that I read. On like the 20th book, that's when I want to learn everything about him. But nevertheless, I finished Dune, so I kind of want to talk about Dune. But Donald Trump is like, fuck around, man. These lying pieces of shit, I'm gonna bomb the fuck out of them. And if you think last night was bad, guess what, bitch? Tonight's gonna be even worse. I'm sending in the fucking Space Marines tonight to just fuck your shit up. I'm gonna kidnap all your leaders, bring them here, put them on trial. Like Donald Trump lost his shit. But honestly, what am I gonna say in that video? Remember when I said that most likely this is bullshit? Looks like it's bullshit. And then I'm going to rant for 5 minutes about how much it's fucking just stupid. And it's like, you gotta kill them all. Like all the crazy ones. I'm not saying all of the Iranians. No, not all the people. All the shitheads, they gotta go. Causing too many problems. Sorry. Like, it's gotta happen. Gotta whittle it down until there's no more troublemakers. And then everything goes smooth. There you go. Like, that's the fucking video. So, I'm gonna talk about Dune. I liked it. I really liked it. I usually either watch the movie or read the book. Right? Whenever these things mix, I always get disappointed. Because either the book's amazing, and there's certain amazing parts where I'm like, how the fuck did you leave that out? Like, I love the Sword of Truth series. You guys know this. I've been talking about it for years. I love the Sword of Truth series. And they made a Sword of Truth TV show. And I was like, oh, shit. And I watched it. And I was like, this is crap. They turned it into, like, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was like a Freak of the Week. You know, they would walk a distance to a new town, and there would be a demon in the town, and they'd have to fight and kill the demon. And then the next week's show, it was they walk up to another town, and they gotta fight some people, and they fight the people, and then they go to the next town. And, like, that was the whole show. And I'm like, oh my god. How could you seriously reduce that book series to, like, The Hobbit, or not The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings. Like, just walking and then they get to the next town and have a little adventure. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, you can't. Turned it into Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm like, oh, this sucks. I always get disappointed. I've never read the Harry Potter books, but I've watched all the movies. I love the movies. It's fun. Right? I wasn't a kid when the shit came out. I was an adult. But, like, I watch the movies, and they're fun. I'm a nerd. I'm into nerd shit. So I like them. I like the Harry Potter movies. I like every one of them. I think they're all fun. And I love Dune. I watched Dune when I was a kid. I think it was like 1984 that movie came out. And I was watching it since the age of like 6, 7, 8 years old. Like, it'd be on TV, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, let's watch this. And it was so cool, and it was so fantastical. And, like, nowadays, I look back at the shields in the first Dune movie, and I'm like, man, we put up with some bullshit back then. But it was cool, because it was new. We'd never seen it before. It's like, oh, how'd they fucking do that? And movie magic, you know. But oh my god, it looks so terrible, and the movie is so campy and goofy. The Baron, oh fuck the Baron, dude, the Baron with his constant screaming and fucking just insanity. The heart plugs. Why in the fuck would every Harkonnen have heart plugs? Just a heart plug. A thing in your chest that's like a grenade pin. Except instead of blowing up, you just die. Why the fuck would that be a thing that you put in your pit? No wonder they fucking lose. They all got heart plugs. You just don't. Yeah, gotcha. It's like pull a nipple ring, but instead of hurting really bad, you die. It's so stupid. There's so many things in that. The voice thing. The fucking. The weirding way. They turned the weirding way, which I haven't gotten to the W's yet in the terminology book, but the weirding way, somehow the writer, the director, whoever the fuck it was, came up with this idea. They kind of turned that into a thing you wore around your throat and a little gun you had on your hand, and you'd yell really loud and shoot a burst of energy. Just poof. And you could break rocks with the shit. And I'm not talking about shitty rocks. I'm talking about the hardest rock that we have in the whole cave. That you cannot destroy by yelling at it. And then Paul yells at it and fucking it blows up. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, thinking back on it now, I'm like, what the fuck? Where did they get, like, there's one part in the book, I don't want to spoil it. There's one part in the book where Paul yells at the Reverend Mother, and it, like, he hits her with, like, a physical force. And they turn that into, I'm going to scream at Fade's corpse, and his chest is going to burst open, and his eyes are going to turn bright white. What the fuck? Where the fuck did that even come from? The Spicing Guild Navigators? Why the fuck was it a giant weird space baby thing? Like, what in the fuck was that? Where did they get that? Where did that come from in the book? And so I think to myself, like, did he read the book? Or is this all shit that, like, somebody told him? Like, oh, you should do this. Oh, yeah, sounds great. Did he read the book? Because, like, there's a lot of lines from the book directly in the movie, you know. Love that. Reading the whole first part of the book, man. Mood is for cattle and love play. Dude, so many of the great lines. And I love that Patrick Stewart was Gurney now. Like, that's... Yeah. Doesn't fit at all. I mean, Josh Brolin in the newer movies, I think he was a fairly good Gurney. Pretty close, you know. You lose a lot of Gurney's heart when you don't really have him playing the ballast set in the big moments. When it's just, oh yeah, we'll use the part where he's playing the fucking song in the spice harvester. Like in the book, Gurney hates Jessica. He thinks she's the traitor. He doesn't know it's Dr. Huey, so he thinks that it's Jessica, and he's fucking pissed, and he just bides his time. When's your mom gonna get here, Paul? Because I got something for her. He's like fucking fingering his knife and shit. She walks in, he walks in, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. She's like, what? Why? He's like, you're a traitor. She's like, no, it's Dr. Huey. And Paul's like, no, it's Dr. Huey. And he's like, wait a second. What the fuck? Like, why is that missing from the movies? That whole arc. Because that shit starts at the beginning. Leto gets a message that Jessica's the traitor. So he's like, oh, I know that's bullshit, but this has been bullshit that's obviously been fed to me. So I gotta think wheels within wheels, man. So I'm gonna act like I believe it, just to see what happens. Oh, that sucks that I'm gonna have to treat my wife like shit. Okay, and so like we lose all of that. The suspicion of who's the traitor. That whole thing is gone, and it was so profound and cool in the book. Like the whole way through was so cool in the book that I'm like, why would you guys cut that out of the movies? Like, I'm looking at you, Dennis. Did that whole arc not really impact you very much when you were a kid or whatever, and you've been dreaming about this all your life? Like, what parts were you dreaming about all your life? The planet with the sun that turns everything black-white? I mean, it's a cool effect and all. And you got that scene pretty well. It's very close to, kind of what it is. Obvious slight differences for cinematic effect, but nevertheless, a good scene. Close to the book, close enough I can let it slide because we got to make a movie here, man. We got to have it look cool. I get it. It's awesome. But like, what the fuck, man? Who the fuck is this Chani that Dennis Villeneuve got from the book? And where the fuck is Hurrah? Like, why ain't we got a Hurrah, man? What the fuck? Jamis's wife, that's now married to a 15-year-old Paul. Where's that scene? Yeah, Paul, now that we're back at home, I got somebody to introduce you to, buddy. This is Jamis's wife. You killed Jamis, right? It's not his shit, it's yours. It's how this fucking works, man. And he's like, but I could kill anybody here. And Stilgar's like, fuck yeah, you could, buddy. We could own this whole place together. Be kings over the ashes. Have everybody's wives. Paul has like 6 wives. Like, dude. Where's that? Why is that? Because at least Dennis Villeneuve, he put Jamis in the fucking movie. I think David Lynch did the 80s one. He was like, yeah, fuck Jamis. We're gonna do as little of the religion and values and the whole tribe thing. We're gonna do as little of that shit as we possibly fucking can. And I understand when you're trying to make Dune in like 2 hours, there's a whole lot of shit you can't afford to explore. But when you're trying to do it in 4 hours, and instead of doing the cool from the book, you do a shitty, angsty teenage bunch of shitheads that are essentially the modern audience. Like, I'm like, oh, they modernized. Like, now I look back at the movies and I go, oh, he modernized them. He like modernized them. He made all the old white people fucking religious zealots that want to oppress all the trans kids that just want to be, man. Fuck me. Like, now I look at those movies and I'm kind of like, what a missed opportunity. And Chani's, it's Zendaya. And the one thing that Zendaya seems to do really well is snotty bitch. And so, snotty bitch. And it's like, now, mind you, I've seen Zendaya in 2 different franchises, Dune and Spider-Man. But she's playing the same fucking character. She's not Chani from the book. Neither of them was Chani from the book. At least in the 80s one, Chani was just kind of there to remind you that Paul's getting pussy. Like, that was the whole purpose of Chani in the first movie. He runs into her, oh, you're fucking hot. And she's like, yeah, I know, you're hot too. Let me show you an easier way down. And then they go down the mountain, and then tell me about your homeworld, Usul. Right? And it's like, oh, they're romantic with each other. These are the setup scenes for romance is blossoming. Tell me about your homeworld, Usul. And then it goes into some weird fucking psychedelic trip about the water. Anyways, and then Paul wakes up with Chani. And then Paul's upset because, or Chani's upset because Paul's in danger. And then Paul wakes up with Chani again. You know, like, it's... Chani's just there in the first movie to remind you that Paul is, in fact, not only in hell, but still getting laid. Good man, Paul. Good man. Get that puss. Like, what... I question so much of what the fuck they were smoking when both of the motherfuckers that made this movie. The shit that they cut out. Gurney at the end. I get to kill Fade, right? Hey, Paul, there's a Harkonnen over there. I get to kill him, right? You said I could kill Harkonnens, right? And Paul's like, you got to kill a lot of Harkonnens today, man. And he's like, yeah, I know. But there's still one left, and it's mine. And Paul's like, all right. And Paul's like, hey, you got a bitch over there, I noticed. And the Emperor's like, yeah. And he's like, we kind of want to kill your bitch. And he's like, well, you said all my people would be safe. And he's like, Paul Atreides, the Duke, said that your people would be safe. I'm Muad'Dib, and I'm going to kill that motherfucker. It's one way or another. Either my dude gets to do it, or I'm going to do it. He's gone. That's the fucking way of it. And the Emperor is like, oh, well, you can have my dagger. And Faye goes out there. Now... in the first movie, right, we get to see essentially the costume for this fight, right? Because Paul gets up and he's like, I'm going to kill this bitch. And he hands all his shit to his mom, and then he takes off his still suit. So he's just wearing like a loincloth. And he takes his knife, the worm-tooth knife, which they got right in the second movie. Love that. Like, that's awesome. I like that a lot better than just not having it at all, which is what the first movie did. They just didn't do Chris Nice at all. Fuck them. We don't have time for that shit. We only got 2 hours. Fuck it. Anyways, so, besides the worms in the first movie, I don't recall them actually having teeth. So there's that. The worms in the second movie, far more like the worms in the books. Pretty much exactly like the worms in the books. Right? So, what was I talking about? Oh, when Fade, in the original movie, when he gets out of the bath, steam thing, whatever the fuck, and it's staying, and he's sitting there like, you know, looking good, and the Baron looks at him like he wants to fuck him, which the Baron's a pedophile. Just throwing that out there. Baron's literally a pedophile in the book. They never do that in the movies. Either of them. Wonder why. Nevertheless, Fade comes out, and the Baron's like, oh, my lovely Fade. Wearing that weird little, like, bikini thing. That's what Fade's essentially wearing in the book. And instead of having... This is even weirder. Instead of having a fucking knife, like a full-on knife that comes out of his side, like in the first movie, he just has like little poison dart shooters or something like that. I don't know. I couldn't entirely understand what exactly was going on. It was so much action. I had to read it so fast. But like he has like little poison needles in his fucking little tidy whities. I'm like, what? Okay. And they don't really like in the second movie. It's a lot more like the first movie where they kind of like go in at each other, you know, that kind of shit. In and out, dodge and weave, you know, like knife fighting that's a little bit more realistic than the superhuman shit that we gotta have now to keep people interested in. Anyways. So, yeah. And it was so much better of scene, you know, because Fade's like taunting him. And Paul's like, this is a talker. Yeah, I'll just not say anything to him. That'll really fuck with him. And it did. And I'm like, this is so great. I love Paul in the book, man. Paul in the book is such a bad motherfucker. I don't know why they just consistently, both times they've had to make a movie. Now, mind you, I've never seen the TV show. I never watched the TV show. I kind of want to watch the TV show now. But both of the movies, they neuter Paul so much. They make him like a nice guy. At least in the second two movies, you know, he kind of has like a weird Darth Vader, like Anakin Skywalker to Darth Vader arc. But it's not anywhere fucking near as hard as the fucking one in the book. Like, Paul's a scary motherfucker. He's a scary motherfucker. Like, Paul is terrifying his mother as he's coming to realize his new powers at the tender age of 15. By the time he's 18, he's like a mass murderer of Harkonnens. Like, dude, it's fucking wild. Paul's a bad motherfucker, dude. And the whole Kwisatz Haderach thing. Boy, they just really don't even explore that at all in the movies, do they? Dennis Villeneuve was like, shit, man, we only got 4 hours for this motherfucker. We just say, he's the Kwisatz Haderach now. He's just super powerful. He's got plot armor to 100%, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants, except when it comes to fighting Fade. Then we're really going to nerf him hardcore. So bad. Like, nerf him so... Not only does he get stabbed, but he gets stabbed twice. He does kill Fade. At least they didn't kill Paul in the fucking new movies. Jesus, like, how are you going to have a third movie after that? But he stabs him fucking twice. In the books, he's fighting a dude with a knife with 2 little fucking poison pricks on him. And he never gets touched. He doesn't blow up his chest like in the first movie either, but he don't get fucking touched. Like in the first movie, he don't get touched. Like, there's no... Well, he does get a cut on an arm. Very shallow cut on his one arm. And that's it. Other than that, no. He dodged everything. I will bend like a reed in the wind, which is not a line in the book, which I was very disappointed at. Another line that was not in the book from the old movie, when the Baron catches Jessica, and he's like, he's like, do you mind if I spit in your face? It's just a little spittle in your eye. And then he spits on her, and then he leans back and he goes, what a luxury. Fucking amazing. That whole scene is so hysterical and like weird, and it really reinforces the cartoon like 80s TV show Joker that's being played here. So over the top. Like, they just looked at that actor, whoever the fuck it is, amazing actor. Man, just go out. Just go all fucking out. Like, we're going to write you some crazy shit to say, because we're not going to use fucking anything that the Baron says. There's all manner of shit in the book with the Baron. You hardly see anything of the Baron. It's just, they bring the Baron in, kind of like Johnny in the first movie. They bring the Baron in just to show that he's a crazy asshole. That's it. Like, just to remind you, this is the bad guy. Yeah. Reading the book has kind of ruined both of the movies for me. Because I don't know. I just like the book a lot more. And I think that... I think with 4 hours... Like 4 to 5 hours... You can't, in 2 movies... do what's in the fucking book. Like, maybe if we didn't waste so much time watching guys fucking float up a mountain, we could have gotten some of the tender, heartful scenes in this book. We could have gotten some of the really cool parts, like Gertie standing off with Jessica and Paul. We could get the argument of I get to kill him, right? Like, he's fucking mine. You promised me I could kill him. Hey, he said Canley, so I gotta do it. Sorry, man. You killed the next one, dude. I'd much rather have those things, primarily because they're from the book. You know, Like, when I read a book, I don't imagine how I could make the scenes different. I imagine how I could compact them down to the most artful effect. Like, you need to waste 5 minutes, right, to have a conversation between Paul and Gurney when they meet up. And Dennis put that shit in there. And in there, Paul could have said, man, I promise you, you're going to get to kill so many Harkonnens. I'm going to let you kill every one of them that's in front of us. And Gurney would be like, I'm going to hold your word on that, Duke. It's like, no, don't worry. I got you, brother. And then have that argument at the end. You still do enough of the argument. Let me do it, sire. He's a Harkonnen animal. You still put those lines in there. But we can't have the argument. We can't have the fight. We can't have the resistance. We can't have Gurney becoming a Fremen. Because everybody's fighting with Paul all the time. Are you sure you want to do this shit? Yeah, this is what we're doing. I'm the man that sees the fucking future. Let me guide us, bitch. Yeah, I really like the book. I think it's a great read. Hopefully I don't ruin so much of it. You know, I guess I'll have to put a disclaimer in this. Only watch this if you've never read the book or never read or watched the movies. If you want all of it totally ruined, because I'm gonna go through all of it. But if you've read the book, this is probably pretty funny to you, and you should read the book again. It's a fun book. I can't wait to read the next one. I got the first 3 books in like a pack, and I'm already planning to buy the last 3 books, because all I really know about Dune before I read the book is that it is utterly fucking insane the further you get into the series. So I can't wait for that shit. I can't wait for sex with worms and stuff. But yeah, it's a good book. I liked it. I would say 10 out of 10 sand dunes. 10 out of 10 big worms. That's what I give Dune. It's a fantastic book. If you haven't read it and you've only seen the movie, I gotta tell you, you gotta read the book. The book is fucking amazing.